You're welcome back. This is Beyond the Headlines on Prime Morning. My name is Daniel Daze. Let's get into the issue that has been talked about the most for the past few weeks. Now, yesterday and the day before yesterday, Agyeman-Manu must go has been trending. In fact, it started as Agyeman-Manu must go on Monday, and then on Tuesday it became Agyeman-Manu must go to jail. Akufo-Addo Agyeman-Manu is health minister, and he's the man at the center of the current Sputnik V vaccine contract controversy. What happened was that he went before the ad hoc committee of parliament and he said that he knew he breached procurement laws when he was signing the contract without parliamentary approval, but he was not in the right state of mind when that was happening. And then he said that to the best of his knowledge, no monies had been paid to Sheikh Al Maktoum, pardon me. Now, it emerged later that monies had indeed been paid. Though there are people who are casting doubts. If you're listening to us yesterday, you notice that there are those who don't believe that he did not know. There are those who believe that he was actually lying. Now, the call for his prosecution and removal from office have been resounding. President Akufo-Addo, however, has spoken about the position of the Health Minister Akufo-Addo Agyeman-Manu in a recent tour of the Bono region. Watch this.
Minister of Health and yeah, Papa, that's so no matter this year, Agyeman-Manu, what bread health,
So that was President Akufo-Addo. No, that was Black Sheriff. Before Black Sheriff was President Akufo-Addo. Speaking in the Bono region to chiefs of the area. Let me go straight to the phone lines and speak to private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu, who has been very outspoken on this subject. Mr. Kpebu, we are very grateful that you joined us. Unfortunately, we understand that we lost him very, very briefly. We are trying to reestablish that phone line, that phone connection. But let's thank our friends from City TV for providing that video. And I also want to know what you think about it. So you can comment on our Facebook live stream, or you can simply join our Zoom conversation or give us a phone call. I want to quickly check out what's happening on our socials and see what kind of reaction that this is spawning, because it's quite interesting that I don't know, it's such a coincidence that the very man who is trending, whose sacking is trending, has been addressed in such a way by the appointing authority. And it's been very clear that the person right now who has the power to do something about it is President Akufo-Addo. And so we are waiting to see what really happens. The anti-corruption community has also been very outspoken. Now, this is someone who we know, and of course, you can comment on it as well. And so we are opening the phone lines. The phone numbers will be at the bottom of the screen. But I just want us to put these things in perspective. On Saturday, Akufo-Addo mentioned that he will endorse a resignation by Akufo-Addo Agyeman-Manu and that he supports the calls for his resignation. Martin Kpebu actually went on to say that he would like the support of Ghanaians to petition Parliament, to tell Parliament that Agyeman-Manu perjured himself when he said monies had not been paid. Because in his view, monies had been paid. Now, the key thing here was that even for the 20,000 doses, remember I was telling Nigeria earlier that for the 20,000 doses that were provided, those monies had been paid already and those monies will be retained, because they are refunding $2.47 million and not $2.8 million, according to what Parliament is requesting. So there are so many questions to be answered here. Martin Kpebu has joined us again on the line. Mr. Kpebu, thanks so much for your time.
Yes, good morning, Daniel.
Great to have you. So have you seen Mr. Akufo-Addo's video, and what's your reaction to it?
Yes, I've seen it. It's a very positive reaction. Okay. Yes, I strongly believe it's a positive reaction because, he is the president and he's not shy to disagree if he thinks the public campaign to get Mr. Agyeman-Manu out is wrong or it has no basis. Yes, let's go back into our recent past. Remember the last time Joy FM sought to interview the general populace about what they make of the free SHS policy, which, I mean, I find good anyway. You know, when some citizens expressed some disquiet about the challenges, when he went to University of Cape Coast, he openly also responded that he totally disagrees and then made his point. That's one. Two, not so long ago when Sam Jonah also granted an interview and said there is the return of the culture of silence. Once again, when the president had the opportunity, he responded that he doesn't agree. And so on and so forth. We can bring up so many examples where he responds and, I mean, makes his point clear. So on this occasion, amidst all the things we've said, all the breaches and all that Mr. Agyeman-Manu has done wrong, if all the president could do was to make a joke of it, look, trust me, it's a huge step forward, very huge. Don't underestimate it. You know, these things, before Mr. Agyeman-Manu is sacked, you know, sometimes the president has to be humane. That's the way I see it. Yeah, he has to be humane. So, and then don't forget, apart from saying that, yeah, pie nasun, meaning he's being slapped around, he also said that Mr. Agyeman-Manu he's suffering. So if the commander-in-chief finds that one of his troops is suffering, naturally the troop is going to be, I mean, that soldier is going to be relieved so that he can rest. Did you hear him say so? Also, is that not so?
Yes, I heard that. But you see, Mr. Akpebu, and I wish we could bring back the video because I also heard him say Obre Kosoabre to suggest that he will remain at post.
Well, I don't agree at all because really, yes, so of course this matters, but we are trying to interpret what the president said. Obre Kosoabre, for me, I think it's when he's left office, that will continue because you know why? The internet doesn't forget. And Ghanaians generally will keep bringing up this issue from time to time. You remember the Wyoming saga? You see how it even went through 2 elections. Ghanaians didn't forget. It's even at the 2016 elections that the Wyoming saga had the greatest bite. Okay? Yeah, so Mr. Agyeman-Manu's matter is not dying today. It will be here for a long time. Yes, he's going to pay. He hasn't started it. I mean, he hasn't seen anything yet. It's going to be with us for a long time. Tina, he can say that Obekoswa break. That's the way I understand it.
So, but you believe that in spite of the statement that the president has made, the president will still go ahead to sack Mr. Agyeman-Manu?
Yes, for now, that's how I see it. Yeah, I believe so. Because, as I said, if the president could defend him, oh, trust me, he wouldn't have wasted any time at all in coming to his defense. Because, you see, the issues are all clear. I mean, Mr. Agyeman-Manu is lost on all the grounds. The plethora of lies is told, embarrassed us. I mean, these lies were just one too many. And don't forget, as we keep speaking now, there was somebody who had a direct relationship with the distributor in Russia, who was going to sell us this vaccine for $12.5. Ask Mr. Agyeman-Manu to date. They didn't sign with him. They didn't sign that contract, but he chose to go and sign for $19. I mean, such an abuse of the public purse. Oh, Mr. Agyeman-Manu will pay a high price for this thing. He's really going to pay. I mean, you see, it's time our politicians realize that Ghana has changed. Citizens are engaging, you see, and in this era of freedom of information, you think twice before you do that. Somebody, a distributor, comes with $12.5, and he has a relationship with the manufacturer's agent. You ignore that one and choose to go for $19. And even before the $19, remember that Mr. Agyeman-Manu had entered into a contract for $25. It was the president who stepped in and saved him, canceled that contract. Mr. Agyeman-Manu didn't learn his lessons, but rather he went in again, this time $19, when there was a proposal for $12.5. Asked him. Yeah.
I hear you, Mr. Kpebu, but just if I can crave your indulgence for another moment, let me play the video quickly, then I'll come back for like a final comments from you on this one. So here's that video once again.
Brofo wama bembu de. Me ka be ko so kasa. Mo doso papa. Minister of Health and yeah papa na so. Nomadi se Agyeman-Manu wa bre health guso.
Okay, so Mr. Kpebu, he's with chiefs of the Bono area, and he says that I have a lot of Bono people in my government. And then he says the Minister of Health, who is currently being slapped, is in my government. He is suffering on account of the health of Ghanaians, and he's continuing to suffer on account of the health of Ghanaians. A lot of people will watch this and say that the president has no intention. He's rather reassuring these chiefs that, look, I have a lot of your kingsmen in my government, including Agyeman-Manu, who is still there. Lots of people say that the president has no intention of sacking Mr. Agyeman-Manu.
Well, Danny, I think I've made my point that for me, as I said, to the extent that the president couldn't offer even a line of defense. You know, the British are too clear. And don't forget, the mess Mr. Agyeman-Manu has created reflects also on the president too. Yeah, it doesn't need anybody to say anything. We don't need to say anything. It's clear. Because, you see, so the more he keeps him in government, then the more it becomes a reflection of the president's own stewardship. And I'm not sure the president wants to suffer this. In any event, what is it that's so special about Mr. Agyeman-Manu that the president wants to continue to suffer politically? So, well, for me, I'll be very surprised. For now, the way I really see it is that Mr. Agyeman-Manu's days are numbered. Because, look, don't underestimate Ghanaians. This country is changing. This country is changed. As I told you, remember the William saga? It stretched 2 elections. And by the second election, the message had sunk in well. So this one, whether Mr. Agyeman-Manu is sacked or not, it's heading for the same trajectory. You see, so in order for them to be able to give a certain defense, he would have to go so that when it is raised, it will be like, oh, but he was sacked. You see, yes.
So you think that the NPP will pay the political price for it in the next election if Agyeman-Manu is not sacked?
Sorry, please say that again.
You think that the NPP could possibly lose the next election if Agyeman-Manu is not sacked?
Oh, I'm not even the one to say it. It's needless. As I've said, it follows.
Okay. Now, what kind of message do you think it sends to the public if the president does not sack Mr. Agyeman-Manu? And I'm talking about the conduct of public officials. And, you know, in his first term of government, he was given a term clearing agent, for instance. He said that he wasn't properly disciplining his ministers. He was simply clearing them of any wrongdoing. His second time at the bat is another opportunity. Another issue has come. What kind of message do you think this sends? Like you said, the longer Mr. Agyeman-Manu stays in government, the more this becomes more of the president's issue than his issue. So what message does this send to the public?
Yeah, so that is just what you've summarized. So the clearing agent mantra is going to pop. Actually, it's popped up. And I've heard a few people say it privately. Yeah, so it's going to gain more traction. Clearing agent. It's going to gain more traction. And it's not good because, you know, after the presidency, the president will still live here as a Ghanaian. So it's not good if this mantra gains traction again. It may just stick and it won't look good at all. Then number 2, the other message it sends is that, but this is a party we all supported. When they were coming, we were all very happy to support. And yeah, I'm not shy from saying that I voted for the president. I was very excited that he was coming in to do something good. Oh, they have the men. We have the men. We have the men. So the more Agyeman-Manu stays in office, then the more it discredits that mantra that they have the men. Because if one man has messed us up so much, isn't it logical that since we have many men, as they would say it, then quickly another man will be brought in. So if nobody else is brought in, then it begins to indicate that no, maybe there are no men after all, you see, and so on and so forth. It will just reinforce a culture of impunity. That's the third thing. It's going to reinforce a culture of impunity, and that's not good for our democratic dispensation. So for all these reasons and many more, that time will not allow us to discuss. Agyeman-Manu just has to go.
Thank you very much, Martin Pebu, for joining us.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's Martin Pebu. He's a private legal practitioner. Let's open the phone line. 030-2211-693 or 694. The phone lines will be at the bottom of the screen. And this is Prime Morning. The phone lines are open. I have Agyeman from Kumasi on the line. Hello, Agyeman. How are you doing?
Hello. Good morning. I'm doing so well by the grace of God.
Yes. I love the energy in your voice. What do you think about your namesake?
In fact, I've been one of the proponents of the agitation for him to be sacked. Because, sincerely speaking, I don't see the reason why the man is still at post. To be honest with you. And I've been writing, articles on most of my, social media handles calling for him to be sacked. And if you look at the behavior and the attitude of the president, it feeds into the perception that the president is not actually doing anything to handle or minimize corruption in this country. Because if you look at the breaches, that the man has caused, so nobody should even, put that kind of pressure on you to sack him.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be sacked, so that at the end of the day, it will actually paint a good picture on the president over the years who have been actually, fighting against corruption. So I think it's a good thing for him to be sacked.
Agyeman, thank you very much for joining us. Asana from Yendi is on the line. Hi, Asana, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are you too?
I am blessed. Asana, what do you think about the president's posturing, how he said it and what he said? What's your reaction to that?
In fact, even before you asked Mr. Martin Pebu, when I watched the video, I just felt that, no, he is solidly behind the minister. That was just my understanding, that he doesn't even seem to care about what we, the Ghanaians, we feel about the whole issue. So that is just what I think. And I believe that perhaps he is even the main man behind it, just that the minister is playing the role as the minister, even though the president has given him the authority to occupy that position. But what I believe is that, in fact, this whole issue, I want to believe the president himself is part of the whole issue.
Well, we have no way of knowing that, Asana, but you're entitled to your beliefs. Yes. I have a caller from Tamale. Good morning. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Is this Fusaini?
Yes, please.
Great. Fusaini, let's hear you.
For me, on this matter, I think that there is no need for us to even ask the man to step down. Because on principal grounds or on moral grounds, I think that he has to do the honorable thing. Because looking at the situation, the man has entered into a lot of activities that has resulted into this problem. And I think that there's no need for us to even call the man to step down. He has to do the honorable thing by stepping aside.
But what do you think of what the president is saying and his reaction to this?
For me, what the president does or do doesn't matter to me. What I think is that morally, the man
himself must step aside. I understand your points. Thank you so much for saying it. Fred is on the line from Kumasi. Hi, Fred. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great. Let's hear you.
Yes. I think I just want to draw Ghanaians' attention to something. The health minister, in whatever issue that is on the table now, he is at fault. But everybody is trying to point fingers at him. But if you look at the whole scenario, you cannot just go out there and pay for something. Somebody might have done the payment, and somebody might have approved it, knowing very well that it has to pass through Parliament and those other places before it is, initialized. So we shouldn't even look at that man alone. You understand?
We should expand the remit of the investigation.
You should expand it. Ghanaians should think wide and know how can he wake up and say, I'm buying so much of vaccine at this, amount, so huge an amount.
Right.
Where is the finance minister? Where was the finance minister? Is he not the one who initiated the payment? Can Agyeman-Manu just wake up and say, I'm buying this and I'm paying from my pocket? No. So please let's widen it up and not single him out and, try to, push him and nail him for what the president said. He should tell him something. Without their backing, you cannot even initiate that contract. That's what I want to draw attention to. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Fred, for calling. Joshua is on the line from WA. Hi, Joshua.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Please, I seem to believe what the lawyer said, Martin Pego. Because if truly they claim they have the men, I don't understand why he's still there.
Okay. So what specifically, Joshua, help me, what specifically did Martin Pego say that you are agreeing with?
So the comments of the president is really, really unfortunate because if you claim the men are there, and up to this time, I don't even know, we have so many institutions that can handle this matter. We have SRAG, we have the special prosecutor, even Parliament can handle this.
Right.
The more this man stays in office, the more he works to cover what he has done. So I don't know what business he has there. I don't know who is thinking for us. It's unfortunate.
Joshua, thank you very much for calling us. It's very unfortunate how you feel about this. Richard, or is it Richmond or Richard from East Legon? Richard from East Legon. Hi, Richard.
Yes, hello.
Yes, let's hear you, Richard.
Okay, my contribution is that the whole thing makes it look like what the special prosecutor is about to do will all be in vain. Because if the president starts like this, for example, you go to public places, meet chiefs, and you talk like this. So what if the special prosecutor decides to take this matter up? It means it's not going to yield any fruit. That's what I think. So it's going to make the special prosecutor's job very difficult for him if you start like this. Okay, he's about to start his work, and look at what the president is doing, going about doing it. So if he decides to take this matter up, we all should know that there's nothing going to come out of it.
Thank you very much.
My contribution.
Thank you very much, Richard from East Legon. Boama from Tema is on the line. Hi, Boama.
Hi.
Yes, Boama, what do you think about the president's comments?
Oh, for president, it's a long time. He had somebody to clear from his office. So he's using Agyeman-Manu to he's only using this man. He's the next clearing person. So definitely you will clear him. But my problem is that if Minister Manu himself has got wife and children and a family, a Khan family, that he respects so much, I think he should resign honorably to save his own self and family. I don't think he needs, this, I don't know how to call it, any pay or salary or whatever before he can eat. Because to me, it's a big disgrace. He should resign. You see, if you take things on your own, like it's a minister, it's a serious case, and I have to take decisions on my own. Just like the former Eastern Region Minister, I asked the police to go there to a Jurasso or whatever. When you have all this security around you, because you are not specialized in security. You have the men around you. You didn't even inform you. You just took the decision by sending them there before.
Are you talking about just the Ashanti regional minister?
So definitely. No, I agree. But
I just want us to get the designations right.
His own way, and he's free. Just like the Eastern regional minister, he also went free.
That's what I want. That's what I want to know.
Akufo-Addo, he's not contesting again. So, he can do anything and then go away after 4 years. That's all.
Wama, are you talking about the Ashanti regional minister in the Jura matter or the Eastern regional minister in another matter? Which?
I am saying the Agyeman-Manu should resign if he has got his family that he respects. That is number one. Number two, I am saying that
Okay, Bwama, thank you very much for calling. The health minister is called Agyeman-Manu. Peter Agyeman-Manu is a former chairman of the NPP, the coordinator for the Just Ended campaign. And the Ashanti regional minister, Simon Osei-Mensah, is the one who says he sends the military to Edra during that protest. Mavis is on the line from Obuasi. Hi, Mavis.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, please, let's hear you. Yes. Mavis.
Okay. Yeah, my thoughts on this issue is, the way we heard from the president seems in a way he was trying to make a joke or a fun of us. But let me say, our former special prosecutor, he also did something good that we should have also have remembered. But in a way, he was sacked. So we shouldn't say it in a way that maybe we should remember what he has done to us and then maybe forgo everything. Just go straight to the point. What he has done, he should be prosecuted and then be sacked. That's all.
Thank you very much, Mavis, for calling us from Obuasi. Our final caller is Isa from Tamale, I believe. Hi, Isa.
Hi, Daniel.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Let's hear you.
We are all calling for the health minister to do the needful, probably resign. But for the president going to the Deva to speak about it, I don't think. Hello. So I don't think we expect the president to go before the chiefs and start telling the chiefs that I am going to sack Agyeman-Manu. No, this is an aged person, and he knows how to speak in public. So even if he has anything to do with the sacking of Agyeman-Manu, not before the chiefs. So we don't expect the president to go and stand before the chiefs and telling the chiefs, I'm going to sack one of your own or sack Agyeman-Manu for some of these things. So for people saying that he's endorsing his stay in the office, I don't think that is the case. But then we all wish that the man should do the needful and they have his own respect. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Isa from Tamale. Interesting thoughts there. I think the only person who spoke differently, apart from Martin Pebu himself. Right. We are going to end the segment at this point.